Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Really quickly, a couple clarifications. Number one, I am trading futures. If you don't know what futures are, I'll put a link down below to a totally free 4-part series that'll walk through the futures market and how it all works. And then second, I'm trading futures through a prop firm. What is a prop firm? How does a prop firm work? Which one am I using? You can find all that information up the link up above, and I'll also put it in the description area down below also. But in a nutshell, a prop firm is a way for you to have very little of your capital at risk, and then you have a whole lot of upside potential. So if that sounds like something that could be of value to you, then definitely check that link out. So I will go ahead and pause the screen recording software for now, and I'll be back as soon as I find a potential trade. All right, getting some action here. A lot of strength. There we go. Don't want to chase it. We do have a bit of a pullback here. Again, don't want to chase the price and get caught and then some sort of quick dump right back down. But it's looking like it's starting to hold up here, so might throw out an order around here. But I want to give this thing a little bit more time. No need to rush into anything here. It's starting to head back up here. Okay, I'm in. Out there, very good. I'll take it for 1,195. If you blinked, you missed it, but that's why I really like futures. They can move and they can move quick, but on that same token, that's why I also love prop firms, because if you're doing this with your own flat out cash, they can move and they can move quick, which includes against you if you're not careful or if you start breaking rules and stuff like that. So be warned. Yes, that probably almost, maybe you're thinking this is a gimmick, this is a scam. That showed up in a matter of like 4 seconds. I understand that, but it's not. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Futures, they can move and they can move very quickly. But the two-sided coin natureness of that, meaning they can also go against you that fast. Red can show up that fast, which is why I am doing all this within the context of a prop firm, because prop firms in and of themselves are a great risk management tool. All right, so kind of just stalling here. Maybe, no, let's do this. On the topic of risk management, I'm going to hop over here and now maybe trade some MNQ. So same chart, but just these contracts I'm changing, again, are for the same chart, but they just move differently in the sense of P&L. So the profit and losses, and this is to be a situation where one of the guarantees is if I'm right, I will regret changing to MNQ because my gains will not be as big as I would have been had I just stayed with the NQ. But if I'm wrong, I'll be very happy I made this choice because the loss will not add up nearly as quick as what it would if I was wrong with the NQ. So here we go, getting a bit of a pullback here. Let's see. Okay, I'm in. So out there. So now I'm saying, well, bummer. Why did I go with MNQ? I should have stayed with NQ because that green would have been a way bigger number. But again, that's just, I say that jokingly, but just also be aware. You odds are you will have that regret if you go from NQ to MNQ in the spirit of risk management, and then you have another winning trade. You'll say, well, that was stupid. I should have stayed with NQ. But I've been there before, and I think most traders have been there before, where you just keep trading and then all of a sudden you give back all your gains. And that's the cool thing about futures is you can keep trading, but just then a way that still you have skin in the game, still you can have upside. It's just your upside won't be as big. But at that point, who cares? Because you already have upside, right? In this situation, it's all about protecting and not wanting to give up all my gains. Now, of course, trading MNQ, which is, again, the name of the contract here, I could still give up all my gains. But I would just, with the speed at which these numbers add up, I'd have to try really, really hard to give back all those gains in that situation. Because, like I said, the numbers just don't add up as quick. Wow, that looks like a terrible exit now. So I chose very poorly to scalp out on that one. It is what it is, but that's all hindsight too. So that is, again, a common struggle with me and many other traders I've seen over the years. Our desire we want to keep trading, but Futures allow you to keep trading, but do it in just a way more risk managed way, because you can just go like I've done here. Go start with the NQ and then hop down to the MNQ. I will probably try another buy down here if it does want to pull all the way back. So I'll throw out a buy order right there and see if it drops down. So I'll go ahead and pause for now, and if it looks like this is going to pull back some more and fill me, then I'll get the video going. All right, maybe it's coming down here. Let's get the order. I had it canceled for a moment. Okay, I'm in. Let's see if we can get a bit of a bounce here. Tried. Added some more. Blue line is my average. And it's more looking for a bounce off of the yellow line here. So let's see it come up off of this yellow line, get above that blue line. I hope. This is crazy pullback here. Come on, get above that blue line. What's it gonna do? Come on. Come on. Keep going. Come on. All right, well, that was a bad trade. I'm not going to try to paint that off. That was a bad trade. I got stubborn, almost gave back all the gains. However, that does also, and I would have been fine, but woulda, coulda, shoulda, but that was a bad trade as it is. But that also illustrates the forgivingness of the MNQ. So in a weird type of way. And by the way, this is live in the sense of I don't know what's coming next. So it's not like me doing a voiceover, thinking about, how this is. No, this is me talking, giving my thoughts right now. But in a weird type of way, again, that was a bad trade. So that is the context. But within the category of that also shows the risk management technique of, because I went with MNQ instead of the NQ, it actually still allowed me to finagle my way to a winning trade. It was still a bad trade, but that would have been there. That would have been in the prop firm world, game over, cooked account, had I been doing NQs on that one. So that's just what I mean by the micros in this situation. The MNQ are way more forgiving, and yes, you can still behave badly. And in this situation, I ultimately escaped, but that doesn't mean that was the right way to go about it. I'm just saying, if I'm doing my job right here, explaining it, I'm just trying to point out how that is the power of MNQ. In other words, I'm very glad I chose MNQ. That first trade, I was like, I should have just stayed with NQ because I was right and it went green. But on that one, I'm glad, very glad I chose MNQ because it allowed me enough wiggle room to still come out with a winning trade. But what a pullback that was, though. That was crazy. Ridiculous. Such a strong move, and then all the way down here, and then it is finally bouncing, but yikes. So there's no doubt in my mind that people that were not doing MNQs that were buying this pullback, if they behaved badly like I just did, their account is cooked, because they just, like I said, with the NQ, you just don't have as much wiggle room. But I think that is my cue to, just step away. So bad trade, ultimately worked out, but thank you, micros. Thank you, MNQ. But that was not a good one. Quickly, though, before I go, I do want to invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering. So if you're a beginner trader, maybe you're not a beginner, but you're struggling in your journey, then very confident this can give you some things to think about. If you're a battle-hardened veteran with a rock-solid strategy, you're welcome to attend. I'm not sure if you'll necessarily get anything from the class, but I guess you never know. However, my confidence level is very high in the category of, like I said, either a beginner trader or somebody that is struggling. So go to claytrader.com/live or just check out the link in the description area to learn when the next live class is. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. I'll see you back in the next one.